The flu season is straining resources at hospitals nationwide. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports the flu is widespread in 46 different states. Some hospitals are setting up emergency tents to handle the high volume of patients. Others are dealing with a shortage of IV bags after Hurricane Maria cut power to manufacturing plants in Puerto Rico. Michelle Miller is at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston, where staff is trying to cope with the shortage in what some think is a very unusual way. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. Well, if you have ever been inside of a hospital, an IV bag is a familiar sight to you. It holds the life-saving fluids and medicines delivered through IV. Well, supplies of this very necessary hospital staple are dwindling, and doctors and nurses are getting creative, racing to find other ways to care for their patients.
All right, Nick, gonna give you that Gatorade now.
In the intensive care unit at Massachusetts General Hospital, nurse Hannah Owens-Pike uses Gatorade to combat dehydration.
Takes a while, doesn't it?
It now takes her 4 times as long to administer treatment that would normally be delivered intravenously. Hospital staffers are forced to conserve supplies.
As the nurse, we look at our patients and see if there's any possible way to give a fluid, electrolyte, a medication in any way other than in an IV fluid.
The shortage is widespread, 3,000 miles away near San Diego. Ben Boyer's wife, Xenia Trejo, is undergoing chemotherapy for a brain tumor.
These nurses work so hard. It worries me that they don't have everything they could possibly need at their disposal.
Boyer says they became aware of the shortage after Christmas during one of Xenia's treatments.
Suddenly, this nurse, who looks after several patients, has to stand there for half an hour, slowly pumping in these pre-meds. You sort of think, this is brutal. This guy should be probably helping other patients.
When Hurricane Maria slammed into Puerto Rico last September, it forced the temporary shutdown of Baxter's manufacturing plants. Baxter makes more than 43% of the United States' IV solutions market. The company told CBS News they produce tens of millions of sterile IV solutions every year. Owens-Pike traveled to Puerto Rico to help with Maria's relief effort, but is dumbfounded by the storm's impact back home.
Not until this happened do we realize how many things were actually being produced there and how it is significantly affecting the whole country's medical system.
Puerto Rico is a hub for medical pharmaceuticals. The island produces $40 billion for the U.S. a year.
This is a nationwide problem, which is part of what makes it so hard, is that we can't borrow from any other hospital.
Dr. Paul Bittinger is chief of emergency preparedness at Mass General. He worries about the low supply of IV bags during the peak flu season.
If we had a very severe flu season start to develop in the next weeks and months, that could push us over the edge.
Now, Baxter Pharmaceuticals tells CBS News that production is back online since the restoration of Puerto Rico's power grid. The FDA believes that things will get better in coming weeks, but consider this, Jeff, they are dealing with a 3-month-long backlog.
Wow. Hard to believe. Michelle, thank you very much.